Tomorrow is a big day. It is the day of cabinet expansion. Pertaining to that, we have some big news just coming in. The Chief Minister himself has reacted on the mega exercise. Information on number of ministers to be inducted will be available by 7:30 p.m, says the Chief Minister. There you have it. Ahead of cabinet expansion, in just a couple of hours from now, we'll get the latest. I'm waiting for High Command's nod, is what the Chief Minister says. While there is still a bit of confusion as to how many MLAs will be inducted tomorrow, whether it is going to be 10 or 10 plus 3. At this point in time, what we're given to understand is that the information on number of ministers and probably who it will be may be announced by this evening. Let's now listen to Chief Minister BS Yediyurappa making a big announcement.
ಸಚಿವ ಸಂಪುಟದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ 7 ಗಂಟೆ 7:30 ಒಳಗೆ ನನ್ನ ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಬಂದು ನಿಮಗೆ ತಿಳಿಸ್ತೇನೆ. ನಾನು ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಏನು ಅಂತ ಕನ್ಫರ್ಮ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು 7:30 ಒಳಗೆ ನನ್ನ ಸುದ್ದಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಬಂದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಏನು ಅಂತ ತಿಳಿಸ್ತೇನೆ.
Well, there you have it. That's Chief Minister BS Yediyurappa speaking over the phone. One may wonder as to who he is speaking to. He must be in close contact with the High Command, given the fact that tomorrow is a very important day. So you just had the Chief Minister himself who had said that he's in close contact with the High Command, and that a final nod from the High Command is awaited at this point in time as to how many ministers or how many MLAs will be inducted into the cabinet tomorrow. And post that, in fact, these are to the left of your screen are visuals from Kalaburgi, where he in fact initially was, and post this phone call, post that little chat that he had over his phone, he left for Bengaluru and he's now arrived at the HAL airport. So this evening, 7:30 p.m, before 7:30 p.m is when we will get a clear picture of the number of inductees. Well, there you have it, with Chief Minister BS Yediyurappa having landed in Bengaluru. To the extreme right of your visuals, extreme right of your screen, apologies, we are showing you visuals of Chief Minister BS Yediyurappa arriving at the HAL airport. In fact, leaving from the HAL airport, and to the center of your screens, we are showing you visuals of the Chief Minister reaching his residence. Dollars Colony residence, of course. So this is where this is the epicenter of all the action. This is where you have several cabinet berth aspirants making a beeline, attempting to meet the Chief Minister and canvass for a berth in the cabinet. So by 7:30 p.m. is when we will get to know the number of cabinet berths that will be allotted come tomorrow. To the extreme left of your screens, we're showing you visuals of BS Yediyurappa speaking to probably someone really important when he was in Kalaburgi, post which he left for Bengaluru, arrived at the HAL airport and was on his way to his residence. Indeed, a very important evening, given the incidents, given the flow of events that will take place tomorrow. This is the only evening that the aspirants have got to ensure that they put their best foot forward. For more on this, I'm being joined in by my colleague Arun Sundaram, live from the newsroom. Now, Arun, this is indeed a very important evening. We're talking about how Chief Minister BS Yediyurappa was in Kalaburgi, and now post which he's come back to the city. He's in fact reached his residence, which is in a sense the epicenter of all action. Whether it will be 10 MLAs who will be inducted tomorrow, whether it will be 13 MLAs, nobody knows. But he's given a timing. He said before 7:30 p.m. One would be able to really get information as to how many MLAs will be inducted into the cabinet. What more do you have for us on that?
Well, it appears that there is some kind of contradiction at play itself, Adarsh, because the Chief Minister is giving one particular time. He's saying 7:30 p.m. And at the same time, one of his own cabinet colleagues, the DCM, says that it will be out by 10 o'clock, 10 p.m. tonight. So, which of the two will kind of stand? Obviously, this is a kind of a high pressure issue. There's hectic amount of lobbying. Many names doing the round suggesting X is coming in, Y is coming in, X is not going to get it, Y may get it. So there's a lot of speculation in the air. Already you are talking of possible portfolios being allocated. Which way it pans out, we will have to wait and watch. But at the same time, there have been some interesting developments, one of which is the fact that we're given to believe that the Raj Bhavan, where the official swearing in takes place, is being readied, and possibly at about 10:30 tomorrow morning, that is on Thursday morning, 10:30 a.m., is the time when the swearing in should take place. So we will have to wait and watch, but very, very tense moments. Most of the people who are speaking to the media are sounding extremely upbeat and confident. Obviously, they don't want to be seeing, striking a pessimistic note. So, which way will the game go? That is something only time can tell at this point of time, Adarsh.
Now, Arun, you were just speaking about a contradiction at play between BS Yediyurappa and another politician in the BJP. Now, again, I remember another contradiction that was in fact at play not too long ago. We in fact played out RDPR Minister KS Yediyurappa's reaction. He in fact said that not 10 but 13 MLAs will be inducted into the cabinet tomorrow. So there's still that little confusion as to how many MLAs will be inducted. And again, if it is going to be 10, then can one go ahead and say that Chief Minister BS Yediyurappa is delaying his headache of inducting the loyalists into the party for another time?
Well, nothing can be said, others. That's the issue. You can't say with precision that this is what's going to happen. Again, remember, there was at one point of time some confusion as to this particular number 10. Would it mean that it will be 7 plus 3, given the fact that the loyalists also have to be rewarded, they have to be taken into confidence, and they have to be given ministerial berths? Many of them are very close aides of the Chief Minister, and they are literally waiting and watching on the sidelines. So we don't know exactly where it stands, what's happening, but there's one thing for probably sure, that the cabinet expansion will take place. There are certain parallel developments which are taking place, one of which I mentioned, the fact that the Raj Bhavan is getting readied, and they are planning to invite few people. We are also given to believe that earlier in the day you had the son of the Chief Minister go down and personally invite the leader of the opposition, Siddaramaiah, which means that yes, the cabinet expansion is happening. How many will get the meaty portfolios that they are aspiring for, etc.? Nobody seems to have a clue or a guess at this point of time, Adarsh.
Many thanks, Arun, for joining us with your insights. There you have it. As my colleague just pointed out, the only thing that stands, or the only thing that is almost certain at this point in time, is that the cabinet expansion will take place tomorrow. There's at least a couple of things that indicate to this effect. One is the fact that Raj Bhavan is getting ready, and the other is the fact that you have BY Vijayendra call upon Siddaramaiah, the leader of opposition, to make his presence felt for the swearing-in ceremony. No idea as to how many inductees and whether there will be any loyalists who will be inducted. Well, only time has an answer to that. But at this point in time, we're also given to understand that by 7:30 p.m., the number of inductees will be out. That's what Chief Minister BS Yediyurappa has just said.